Finished.
Okay, so I'm taking it, okay, so not completely, that's all no problem. If everyone's in relatively good shape on debugging, you'll see we will have time today. If you haven't finished your debugging and you want to do that, you can work on that and then get into your app, or you can just be working on the app and you can finish the debugging tonight. I will say at the end of the module, there will be something special for you to help you with this, okay? So let me stop sharing and let's go to the warm-up. Hang on. Right. So, question 1. Very exciting block of code. Okay.
Mr. Swift.
So, oh, we lost. There's one. Yay, my last one.
You're not sharing your screen, by the way.
I'm not sharing my screen because I have the answers up. So I never share when I do the warm-ups. But you should be looking at, if you look at the warm-up, you'll see a block of code. Welcome, Juan. We're just getting started on the warm-up. There's a warm-up you can look at. Okay? So the question is, this program runs sequentially and no on event buttons are activated. What will result? Okay? So what does it mean that a program runs sequentially? Can somebody answer that?
In order.
What's that?
In order.
In order. Does anything need to happen for it to run in order?
No.
You just need to start the app. The app goes through the sequence. You don't click or do anything. Okay, 1 second, I'm just closing a door. I'm running off into the forest. There's a door in the forest. So if this program is running sequentially, that means there's no click. So what does that mean if there's no click on this thing?
The on events can't run because you.
So the on events are not going to be seen, right? An on event you only see what's inside an on event once the event has happened. And we're told that no on event buttons are activated. So what will result when this code is read?
The last one, BBBBD.
Correct. And why is that?
Because those are the sequential ones that don't need anything.
Right. There's only 2 items in here that are not in the on event. It is the console log BBB, and then underneath that is the console log DDD. So the only things that are being read, if this is being done sequentially with no clicks, are the console logs. All right. This one's a little weirder. Which of the following lines of code has a string in it? You can put it in the chat or you can sing out.
The one with welcome to my app.
Correct. Why is welcome to my app a string where blue in quotes is not a string? Any ideas?
Because in the other ones, never mind, I don't know how to explain it.
It's the idea that a string typically is being printed, that it's text or numbers in a quote that are going to be printed, right? You're going to see welcome to my app. You're not going to see that the font size is 20. You're not going to see that it's blue. You're not going to see that it's Arial. Those are commands. Those are not text that will be, numbers or letters inside quotations that will be printed, okay? Because I found this one a little confusing myself, but that is the key ingredient, is that 20 is a font size, blue is what color it's going to be, Arial is your style of font. So those are never going to be printed. Those are commands, all right? The string is something that is going to be printed between quotes. All right? Okay, let's get into our fabulous presentation and see where we can get to. All right? So today is Tutoring Thursday. If you need help on anything, CSP, come to the Zoom session after school today. I think I gave everyone the link to that last time, but I don't have this with me right now. This is Ms. Rudnick. Let me put an announcement out for what that is, all right? Progress check is due on Friday. You must have at least 3 screens in design mode for your app. You don't need to program anything. There's no coding going on here, but you need to have your handwritten blueprint of your app showing the different screens, and ideally you've drawn the lines showing the inputs and outputs. Click button goes to this, presents this screen. Once you have that written blueprint, then you are going to go in design mode and create your screens. You save the screen and then you can move on to the next one. It's all in the top of that, your little phone widget. So the idea is that you have 3 screens for your app. Your app may need 6 screens. Your app may only need 3 screens, but I want to be able to see 3 screens by the end of tomorrow, okay? The idea that those screens, the design can change before you're finished with the project, but you need to show me that you are progressing. So what this means is I need the screens as you envision them right now. If over Thanksgiving you get a brilliant idea and you need to change the app, you are not set in stone as to what your screens look like. You can modify them, you can do whatever. I just want to see that progress is being made, that your team is working together well, all right? Debugging lesson 7. If you have not finished debugging, use the first 10 minutes of our work session today to finish it, then start programming your app. Okay, Unit 3, Lesson 8, Project Designing an App, Part 3. What makes a good partner? Answer in the chat. What makes a good partner when trying to design an app? What have you guys learned from your breakout rooms? If they listen to your ideas. Wow, someone who is good at communicating. People have to contribute, give feedback. Those are all great things. Someone to help you if they do the work they promise to do. So what are these sentiments that are coming out? One, that you all need to talk to each other. So when you go into your breakout rooms, ideally turn on your cameras and turn off the mute so that you guys can see each other and talk with each other and be a team. You need to listen to each other. I'm sure we all have very strong ideas of how we should be building our apps and what's right and what's wrong, but you need to listen to your partners because they might have an insight that will help you, or they may have hit a problem that you haven't hit and be able to explain how to avoid that for you. So listening is a real skill that we all need to work on. I need to work on being a better active listener. Listening to someone and hearing what they're saying, not just thinking about what I want to say the moment they stop talking. All right, if they do the work they promise to, you guys are a team. What makes teams work is that there's mutual trust that everyone on the team is going to do their best to be honest, to communicate openly, and to try and do what they say they will do. I know this is difficult. I am providing you with some resources that are hopefully going to make this process a little easier. Those are all great ideas about what makes a good partner, okay? So, designing an app part 3, you will need your app development planning guide. And I should actually probably download that for me. Hang on, where did I just do that? All right. No, that's not the right one. Sorry about that. Somehow I popped out of my lecture. 1 second. There. That's why. Designing our app part 3. Okay, step 5, start building your app. Your element ID, the action, what happens? Hang on, let me present this, sorry. Okay, so this is where you're gonna start building a list of what your element IDs are, okay? That's the first phase of building your interface. You need to keep track of everything you're putting in there. If it's a button, if it's a text box, whatever, you need to have a good name for it, and you need to be listing what it does and where it will be, all right? Let's watch this quick video. This is about pair programming. Now, we are not pair programming, but this is the spirit, and we have a solution for this that we're going to try in the breakout rooms.
You can't see your screen.
Things come in pairs. Peanut butter and jelly. Salt and pepper.
Mr. Swift, you're not sharing your screen.
Pizza and pepperoni. No, I disagree with you. Okay,
We
Pair
can't,
programming is when two people work together at the same computer to write code. There are two roles. One person is the driver.
And one person's the navigator.
The driver is the person using the computer, actually typing the code.
The navigator is keeping track of the big picture and helping the driver decide what code to write next.
Your driver is your Jedi, and your navigator is your Yoda.
Oh, you already wrote the test? Or
No, I
we just-
kind of faked it.
Okay, I'll make a
so
note that
partly
we should come back to that. Sometimes when I'm stuck and I'm programming on my own, I'll ask somebody else to be my pair programmer because they may see a solution that I missed. Like this one?
Mr. Swift,
It's important to switch roles often.
So that we can practice both roles and learn from one another.
You want to
You can't see the screen.
Yeah.
I do mistakes while coding. Of course, it's normal.
This button isn't working. It's a button. I think pair programming makes it a lot easier to ask for help. You figure out that making mistakes is okay. And you learn how to forgive yourself and also other people when you're working with a partner, which makes you become more sociable and easier to talk to. It's a useful skill in life.
Yep. So when you get the opportunity to get other people's point of view on things, it's very important to take that advice.
Because you realize you were wrong, you accept the feedback, and then you become better because of it. Hey, it works. You're looking at the human part and the code part. You're not just coding without any emotions. You're coding as a person with another person.
That's what I was saying.
And as people, we need to have good conversations while we're coding.
I can't see your screen.
Pair programming is working together
To write code
as a team.
and as friends.
You can't see your screen.
Okay.
Mr. Swift,
We couldn't see your screen.
you weren't sharing.
Guys.
Mr. Swift,
You have the presentation too. All right, shall we do this? Hang on, my bad. You can unmute. Do you want to see them?
We did.
we did
didn't
unmute.
hear
We
us.
did unmute.
All right. Take care of me. Don't let me do that.
No, we did. We unmuted.
We were saying it, but you didn't hear us.
Everybody said it like 2 times, but you.
And we
Oh
only-
my gosh, I am a terrible teacher.
No, you're not.
All right. Thank you, team. Thank you. And I apologize. Luckily, it was only a 2-minute video. But the idea of pairs programming is that there is a driver and there's a navigator. We are not going to be able to do this because we're virtual. But this is the normal way. Like if we get back in the classroom, it's this idea of trying to switch roles every 3 minutes. On Zoom, the idea is, and you guys are gonna have to monitor this because I can't. So here's a favor for me. On Zoom, have someone else share their screen every 3 to 5 minutes so you can see what they're doing. Something I like about the way that we have our teams right now and this project is the idea that this is the three-legged race. We've got 3 people in each room. We've got, some rooms have 4. We have people of every skill level trying to make their first app, okay? So what your goal is as a team in your breakout room, take care of everyone. Try and get everyone across the line on this. Try and help the people who need help. Remember, ask 3 and then me. Ask your friends 3 times for answers because they are the ones doing this material and will probably know the answers. Then you can ask me, okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Okay, oh, we can't see your screen. We can't see your screen. You're not sharing your screen.
We can see your screen now, so it's fine.
I know. I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, so how does pairs programming work when on a project? How does it help when working on a project to have 2 people working on it?
If someone doesn't know something, then there's another brain there.
The other one might. I love in that other video the idea that you're doubling your brain power so that you're able to spot your bugs and stuff in half the time. That you're increasing your CPU ability, okay? How does it help with the debugging process in particular?
Because when you have double the brain power, it's like double the debugging power. So it's basically 2 people debugging one thing.
Exactly. It helps with debugging, but it's also that other people see things that you don't. Particularly if you've been building the app yourself and you can't figure out what's going on, you may be too close to it. You may be seeing something and you're saying in your mind what it's supposed to be, but it's not written right, like that there was a typo in it or something. And you're just stuck in a loop in your mind going, no, I did that and I did that and I did that and it still doesn't work. Somebody else, when they look at it, might go, oh, gee, is that an extra space there? That's the problem. Okay, so multiple perspectives are going to help you. I know people need to focus on their work. So let's go. So from now on, we'll go through the wrap up at the end. Let me get into code.org. Then I will go to Fabulous. Unit 3, Lesson 8. Here, let me share. Sorry, must turn off phone. Okay, so this is where we're going in. Hang on, you don't need my teacher tab. Here we go. You're going to go in and you've seen your video on paired programming. Okay, so why? Okay, so this is where we are. Step 5 in your planning guide. Let's look at our planning guide. Step 5. So you should have your diagram. Building phase. Step 5, start building your app. Work with your partner to build your app. Along the way, make sure you use the program specifications you drew as a starting point, but it is okay to update as you go. If something makes more sense as you're doing it, you don't have to stick with your drawing. Modify your drawing. Do whatever makes sense as you're designing. Use your debugging skills to check that your app is working. I don't think we're going to be doing too much debugging right here, but this is the idea that you're going to put your element IDs, what the action is, and what happens in your app here, all right? Okay, it says use the chart. Testing phase. You'll be able to test your app to make sure it works as expected. So first off, you're going to need to be building your screens. Okay, so the place to be building your screens, I believe you can do it in any section of Unit 3 that has a screen, but the easiest so here, isn't this? Right here in Unit 4, Lesson 4, Project Designing Your App, this is probably the easiest place to be using design mode and building your user interfaces, okay? There's a duplicate key. There's also, you can create new screens in here, see? So you're on screen 1. When you get done with screen 1, you're gonna create a new screen. That will be probably screen 2. You probably want to name it something better than that. Okay, does that all make sense to everyone? So you can go into, if you want to finish your debugging, you can go into lesson 7. If you want to be designing your app, we can do, so I think this is starting to code. So use at least 3 screens, includes examples of images, audio, and text, a very clear and easy to navigate user interface, clearly communicates information on your topic, about your topic. So you can be doing your design mode right here. I'm sorry, I was just looking at the code side. Okay, so in 8, you can do your design mode and get this. And then in the end, you can try adding the on event blocks listed in step 5 in your planning guide once you've got your user interface built. Okay? Does that all make sense? All right, let me open up the breakout rooms. Thank goodness I didn't get back to sharing. It's probably easier if I don't. Okay, so hang on, let me present my desktop. Because what's going to happen right now, I have pre-built these rooms for you. With luck, everyone will be in, but I think a couple people will not. So I'm going to put up on my desktop the printouts that I made, the pictures that I made from before of what our breakout rooms are. Okay, so let me just get that up. So this is period 4. We are period 1. Let me go. That's period 3, part 1. I need period 2. Why do I not have it? Here is part 1. And hang on, desktop. Okay. Oh, shoot, it is not. So I'm just going to do this. Right. When in doubt, go empirical. Okay, so get out of here. You will see these on my desktop now. Okay. I'm opening the rooms. You're all going to be in your rooms. There's going to be a couple people left over. So I might need to query to make sure to get people where they need to go. Okay. So Reed Will, what room were you in?
I think I was in 9.
9? Let me just make sure that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. So you were in with Alex Klein?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. I need to make notes of this. Candace, which room were you in?
I think you put me with room 5.
Room 5. That is Bora, Sarah, and Zoe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. This is going to be much quicker. And Ryan, which room were you in?
Room 2.
So you were in with Alan and Alexa, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Woohoo.
Hi, I was wondering, my warm-up grade on one of the warm-ups, it says I
Please
got a,
don't worry about the warm-ups. The warm-ups are all going to be graded for completion. If you did it, you're going to get the points.
oh, I thought they were graded on accuracy.
No, warm-ups are practice preparation.
Oh, okay. All right, thank
But
you.
don't worry, it's that one that had the multiple screens and was giving you weird numbers, right?
I think the question we got wrong was like, what'd you do over the weekend or something like that? It was something simple and then there's just a
Again,
blank.
don't worry about it. It'll all get taken care of.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for asking.
Mhm.
Hi.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Can you enable screen sharing? Because it's
Oh, hang on. Let me stop sharing. Screen sharing. Multiple participants. All participants. Okay. See if this does. I think that's it. I think
okay.
it's
I'll try it.
all participants. I don't think you need to share at the same time.
No, we can only share one at a time, but
Okay. You should be activated.
all right, I'll try it. Thank you.
So sorry. It's just a setting I forgot about.
You're good.
There it is.
Mr. Swift, you're muted. Mr. Swift, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Telling myself. Class is basically over. Pairs programming is collaborative programming in which two programmers switch between roles. Did that work for everyone? Okay, what I want you to know before you leave, at the end of this, and let me just stick this in the chat for a moment. These are videos of everything in debugging. If you did not get debugging, these should, I don't know why my things don't post. Are there? No? Anyway, in the end of our module now, what you need to do is you can copy that presentation and then you'll be able to access it and you can get these links. So this is 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, 7.7, and 7.8. I want you to be able to know how to debug or what the answers were, since you're going to be doing this over the weekend and stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, any questions or problems? All right, everybody can go. Thank you.
Thank
Sorry
you.
for going long.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, team.
Mr. Swift, I have like one question or two questions.
Any questions, Zane?
Yeah, so the first one is like me and my teammates, like we were communicating, but we were all doing like separate pages like separately. So
Okay.
So that's fine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then second of all, like how will you see like what progress I've done? Will you just like go to like
I'm going to literally, I have access to your code.org.
right, but like some people do it on like lesson 4, some people do it on like lesson 7, right?
It's all, those are all linked together.
Okay, okay.
If you look, now that you've created some, look in any of the lessons and you should be able to access your screens on whichever little cell phone widget lesson you're in.
Okay.
So if you look in 4 and you look in 8, it should have the same thing in design mode.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Those were something other people asked about too. Thank you for making
Bye.
sure.
Have a good weekend.
Hi, Mr. Swift. I also have a quick question.
Absolutely.
So, I have in my student view, I have a 1 out of 2 on a warm up, and I was just wondering. I thought the warm ups were just for if you did it, you got the grade.
Yes. Don't worry. That I just need to get through and precise them and stuff.
Okay, yeah, because I
So
was just
don't worry
concerned
about the warm ups.
about that. Okay.
And they seem to be fraught with peril anyway. That they seem to have weird glitches and issues.
And I think the question that I got wrong also pertained to the app, so I don't think there was a correct answer. So that will be changed, right?
Which?
That my warm up grade.
Yeah. In the end, if you did it, you're going to get a 2.
Okay, because in my synergy, it's showing up as a 1 out of 2.
Hey, don't worry about that. I have 170 students. I have 100 students in my AP CSP alone. I'm just getting through your how-to list. So
got it. Don't worry.
I need to get caught up.
No worries.
Hopefully Thanksgiving we'll get everything 4x4 because it's not fair to you to not have your grades current. I know.
No. I don't really care. I just wanted to make sure.
No, it's true though. It's you. Everybody likes to see what they have, and ideally we should be working in sync. It's just been crazy, and it's so I will do my best to get everything up to par by over Thanksgiving and stuff.
Okay. I mean, no worries if not. I appreciate it.
No. I want you guys are trying your hardest to do your best. I need to do my best to make sure that you have what you need to do your best. So that's all I'm saying.
And then I also.
And the bottom line is we're all trying our hardest, and it's crazy COVID.
It is crazy. And also with the how-to description, I got a 5 out of 10 on that.
Don't worry. I don't think I've gotten to you. Oh, I think I actually just did get to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got a 10 or a 9. It's my basic format.
Okay, yeah. It's showing up as a 5, so I'll just disregard that.
Oh, I haven't synced anything yet.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem. The only things I was sort of taking off for was if people were putting a whole lot of steps in each step. Just the idea that nobody explained to anyone what we were doing with this, so you can't really be blamed for whatever you did. But it's the idea that ideally your step-by-step list should be so clear that a computer could follow it, right?
Yes, got it.
And that's all we're trying to learn, is this idea of how do you lay something out so precisely that there is no missing step in the process.
100%. Thank you so much, Mr. Swift. I appreciate it. Thank you for
Oh,
clarifying.
my pleasure, and it's such fun working with you. You do great work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. See you
All right.
next
Have a
week.
great weekend.
You too.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'll try my
Bye.
hardest.
Bye.